Welcome to the channel, the place where we go beyond the headlines to bring you the stories that matter the most. Today, we are diving into one of the most dramatic and controversial cases of the year, the shocking arrival of Luigi Mangione at the courthouse. Once hailed as a respected and influential figure in the corporate world, Mangione now finds himself in the harsh spotlight of an investigation into suspicious death of a high-profile CEO, a tragedy that has sent shockwaves across the nation. The case involves the untimely and mysterious passing of a man at the helm of one of the largest healthcare corporations in America. With millions watching, the question on everyone's mind is, what role did Luigi Mangione play in this tragedy? Was he simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Mangione's appearance at the courthouse earlier today wasn't just a procedural step, it became a spectacle of public outcry, media phrases, and heightened emotions. The scene outside was electric, with protesters, supporters, and curious onlookers vying for a glimpse of the man at the center of this high-stakes drama. In today's video, we will break down everything you need to know about this case, from Luigi Mangione unsuspected rise and dramatic fall, to the divided reactions from the public, to the social and legal implications of this upholding saga. Stay with us as we unpack every detail, analyze the courtroom proceedings, and share the reactions pouring in from around the globe. This is more than just a story, it is a turning point in a case that could redefine how power, accountability, and justice collide in the corporate world. Let's get started.
Guys, this just in. A person has been arrested in United Healthcare's CEO Brian Thompson's murder. Authorities have announced just a few minutes ago that a person was detained at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The person has been identified as 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. Apparently, he had a weapon with him and a silencer that was similar to the one used in the crime, along with 4 fake IDs and a manifesto. A civilian at McDonald's called in the tip after recognizing the individual through media photos. At this point, information is pouring in about the person of interest, but we do know that Mangione was a valedictorian of a Maryland prep school. As of this recording, he seems to have several social media accounts still open, including several X accounts and an Instagram account. Hard to believe the guy who's been meticulous up until this point had a manifesto and the weapon in his bag. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they have found the shooter, or do you think this is a patsy?
So, do we have, bail for him and, a place to stay, aka my lap? I'm just asking questions. I mean, clearly he's single.
Is anyone else curious why a person of interest is being rushed into a courthouse the day that he was found? Does anyone else think that's a little suspicious, and why they keep calling him just a person of interest? They haven't even said, suspect or perpetrator. They're tiptoeing around the language here for a reason. That's not the guy. And check into his family history and how United Healthcare has been trying to buy the string of skilled nursing facilities that his family owns for a while now. Seems to me like maybe a hostile takeover. We have your kid, give us your business, and we'll let him go. I don't know, just me.
$50 and a pack of juicy fruit says that guy doesn't make it to trial. Mysterious causes, obviously, right? But the level of details and pictures and all this crap that's come out seems too convenient. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but that doesn't make me wrong.
They're definitely framing Luigi Mangione for the murder of the United Healthcare CEO because I live a couple blocks from the murder scene, and if a guy that hot was near my apartment, I would have sensed it.
So some of y'all feeling the same way I'm feeling. Why would Luigi, the person of interest right now in the CEO's suspect's murder, keep his firearm on him? Why would he not just toss it away? Why would he keep it? It makes no sense. And also keep the clothing that was worn, because they said they did find clothing that matched the description of the suspect. Why would he keep that? The souvenir, or do you think he was going to commit another crime? Because if I was a suspect, the first thing I would do was find a way to dispose my firearm. Especially if he's traveling states, he could throw it anywhere. Avoided cameras pretty much the entire time during his escape. What caught him was an employee recognizing him. That's what caught him. I think the big giveaway is the manifesto and the firearm and the clothing, but it just makes no sense to me. You guys let me know what you guys think, because a lot of you feel the same way. Like, why didn't he toss his firearm? He had all this time. He planned it all out the entire time. What made him not think to toss out the firearm that can link him to this crime? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this, and I will keep you guys updated.
This is your reminder that the U.S. averaged about 48 unalivings per day in the year of 2024, and New York averaged just shy of 1 per day, as per NYPD's own probably biased statistics. And none of them got the coverage, manpower, and energy put into them as this one did. Not because it was more gruesome or more brutal or unique in any sense. It's because the guy who got adjusted was wealthy. The guy who was deemed more important than 17,000 plus other people's lives was because of his money.
Okay, so by now we've clearly all already heard that they've caught the alleged suspect in the United Healthcare CEO Mordor. And if you've been following along, they're claiming it's this 26-year-old kid named Luigi Mangione, and he was just found at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania just with like all the evidence on him and everything just very much so pointing to him. But I've also promised you all that I'm in my chaotic villain era officially, so I'm going to entertain the delusions, because you know what? The math isn't mathing on this one for me either. I mean, for starters, everyone knows that Luigi's almost never in charge of anything. The real suspect you're looking for here is going to be named Mario, and if you run into Bowser, you've gone too far. But anyways, I can't say it isn't feeling they've noticed there's a lot of unrest around various topics, and they need to tell everyone that they're still in control. The only part of this that actually makes sense to me is the part where they said that he built his own pew pew with a 3D printer, suppressor, and all. That's actually crazy impressive, but you mean to tell me that someone who planned this down— Hi, sorry, I'm babysitting my sister's dog. Sorry, clearly he needed attention because he's upset about this too, but you're telling me that someone who planned this down to the details of etching deny, defend, depose on the bullies, same man that left the Easter eggs of a backpack full of Monopoly money, which is a game about how capitalism and greed destroys everything, that man was simply caught chilling at a McDonald's not even that far away in Pennsylvania with all of the evidence on him, down to even the fake IDs that he used to get into the hostel, and a multiple-page manifesto complaining about the United States healthcare system. Same one they originally said they thought caught a bus down to, what was it, like Atlanta or Phoenix or somewhere legitimately halfway across the country. He's just back now chilling in public in Pennsylvania. It just seems oddly sloppy and suspicious to me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep them from attacking each other. Do you see this? I'm about to have my own United Healthcare CEO situation. Oh, for the love of God, I don't see this going well. You can't play together. It doesn't work.
The more I find out about the situation, the more impressed I am. Deny, defend, depose on the bullet casings. I was like, oh wow, yeah, clear message. Sent and received. We got it, okay? They just found his backpack in Central Park and it was filled with Monopoly money. The absolute poetry of taking out a wealthy CEO while carrying around Monopoly money, because that is basically what these CEOs are doing, playing Monopoly, hoarding property, hoarding wealth, while they like send us straight to jail and they pass go and collect $200 is the poetry is immaculate. And then you've got the NYPD just like bragging on this guy. I feel like they're releasing so much information they might have otherwise like kept close. And they're like, anyone in the public with any information, we'll give you $10,000. And I'm like, you know that is not enticing. I don't even think you want to catch this guy. $10,000 is not enticing. No one is giving this guy up for 10 grand. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm caught between like, I want to know more. So like, I want to know more about this person, but at the same time, like, I never wanted to be caught. All I know for sure is the more I find out, the more insane it is.
Hey, yeah, congratulations on what you did. You are a hero. I just want to make sure that you had your shift covered while you were away on break talking to the police. You were gone for 4 hours. We checked the cameras, and you didn't clock out. I just want to make sure you understand why that's a problem, right? Okay. Does she have any PTO left to make sure to cover those hours and make sure there's no discrepancies? Because if you give her free hours, we have to give everyone free hours, you know? She doesn't have PTO left? Okay, can you write her up and make sure that you write in there using company pay and company phone, making personal phone calls? Yeah. You want to use your sick day? Well, we always award every employee of ours 1 sick day for every 365 days they work. Are you sure you want to use it? Congratulations. She wants to use her sick day. Okay, well, you got it covered. There's a line outside. Oh my God, I need you to go get that done.
My dad's dad got shot twice in the back of the head in what the police called a robbery gone wrong, and they never even really searched for the guy who did it. And they told my entire family that there wasn't anything more they could have done. I guess the part they decided to leave out was unless he's a CEO. Because remember, this man committed what police described as the perfect crime. This man had a 3D printed pistol with subsonic bullets. This man was supremely prepared. He only got caught 2 full states away because of the nationwide manhunt that had been going on over the last week. So do not let publicly funded resources like the NYPD or like the Atlanta Police Department that got pulled into this investigation tell you that you don't have access to your rights, tell you that you don't have access to a full investigation, because they just showed the entire nation that they have the resources and they just often choose not to deploy them. And through exposing policing, healthcare, and media in one fell swoop, Luigi has become a national icon and I hope a revolutionary.
Okay, I understand that the person in that video is handcuffed, and the person in the shooting video is not handcuffed. Okay, not stupid. But also, that doesn't even move like him. It doesn't even move like the person that was the shooter. And people are like, well, how can you tell? How can you know? They're totally different situation. If you're a DV survivor and you're used to understanding body language and body movement so you can survive, so you can see out of the corner of your eye, even if you can't see the person, you can see their movement coming up next to you, well, you know.
Let's talk about Luigi Mangione and the dramatic courthouse appearance that has everyone buzzing. This story is far more complex than it seems on the surface, so let's break it down piece by piece, analyzing what we know, what is being said, and how people are reacting. First, let's start with Luigi Mangione himself. This isn't just any individual we are talking about, someone who was once considered a cornerstone of corporate success. Mangione built a reputation as a brilliant executive, someone who wasn't just skilled at managing resources but also at navigating the high-stakes world of corporate healthcare. So, how does a man like this end up being labeled a person of interest in the suspicious death of a high-profile CEO? To understand, we need to consider the broader context. United Healthcare, the company at the center of this case, has faced its fair share of controversies, from allegations of financial misconduct to accusations of unethical practices. This is a corporation that's no stranger to the limelight, and not always in a good way. The CEO's sudden and untimely death only amplifies the scrutiny, with investigators now focusing on possible motives and the people who had the most to gain or lose from his passing. And that brings us to Luigi Mangione's arrival at the courthouse. The scene outside was nothing short of chaotic. Protesters demanding justice clashes with supporters insisting that Mangione is the victim of a corporate setup. If you have seen the footage, you will notice the sheer intensity of the crowd. People holding signs, chatting, and even shouting at Major as he made his way inside. But there's another layer to this story that has captivated the public. In a surprising twist, a MC Donald's employee reportedly tipped off authorities about Major's activities, becoming an unexpected hero in this high-stakes investigation. The story took an even more dramatic turn when the CEO of MC Donald's personally visited this employee to commend their actions. Let's take a moment to unpack this. A fast food worker stepping up to provide crucial information in a case involving corporate giants like United Healthcare is a powerful example of how anyone, regardless of their position, can make a difference. The CEO's visit not only highlighted the gravity of the situation, but also brought up questions about whether this gesture was a genuine acknowledgement of bravery or a calculated PR move. Now, let's circle back to the reactions. What does the MC Donald's employees' involvement tell us about the case? For many, it's a sign that this investigation is touching every corner of societies, from corporate boardrooms to the fast food canteen. It also raises the stakes as more people become directly involved and invested in the outcome. And then, there is Major's behavior. Watching him walk into the courthouse, you can't help but analyze his body language. He seems calm, almost detached, but there were moments, brief as they were, where the tension was visible. This raises the question, is he maintaining his composure because he knows he's innocent, or is it the confidence of someone who thinks he can outmaneuver the system? And then, there is the internet. Social media is ablaze with speculation, theories, and let's be honest, plenty of conspiracy talk. Hashtags like Justice for the CEO and Free Eugene have been trending non-stop, with some people analyzing every little details from the case while others spread unverified rumors. This kind of digital reaction is fascinating because it shows how cases like this hasn't just legal battles anymore. They are battles fought in the courts of public opinion. One of the most intriguing aspects of case is the lack of solid evidence tying Major directly to the CEO's death. Authorities have called him a person of interest, but as of now, no formal charges have been filed against him. This raises even more questions. Is the investigation still gathering steam, or is Major being unfairly scrutinized because of his position within the company? Now, let's explore the possible motives. If Major was involved, what will he stand to gain? Was the CEO's death related to the corporate power struggles, financial disputes, or something even darker? And if he wasn't involved, then why is his name being dragged into this? Could it be that someone is using him as a convenient distraction, drawing attention away from the real perpetrators? This case also highlights a much larger issue, the way corporations handle crises. When something as serious as a CEO's untimely passing happens, the response often reveals a lot about the company's internal culture. In this instance, the narrative surrounding Major could be seen as an attempt to protect the company's image or deflect blame. At the end of the day, we have to remember that this case is far from over. Investigators are still piecing together what really happened, and there is a strong likelihood that more details will emerge in the coming weeks. As the case progresses, it's going to be crucial to stay focused on the facts and avoid jumping to conclusions based on speculation or emotion. So, where do we go from here? Well, it's clear that Luigi Major's next steps will play a pivotal role in how this story unfolds. Whether he's proven innocent or guilty, this case has already sent ripples across the corporate world, raising serious questions about accountability, power, and justice. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe Major is being framed, or is there more to the story than we are being told? And what do you think of the MC Donald's employees' role in all this? Was it selfless act of bravery, or does it point to something bigger happening behind the scenes? We'd love to hear your thoughts as this dramatic saga continues to unfold. Thank you for watching, and let's continue the conversation in the comment below. Let us share our thoughts and perspectives with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the story and more. I will see you in the next video.